We're going to work on our core, of course. That's the majority of the exercise. We'll focus on the core. And we'll also do some arm work, some leg work, incorporate some glute work. And we're going to start with some push-ups. I'm on a carpet. You can use a towel if you have a towel, or you can use a yoga mat. If you have a yoga mat, at the least make sure you're on a clean surface. Hope you have some water. It's important to stay hydrated, regardless of whether you're exercising or not. It's really necessary to stay hydrated if you're exercising. Before starting any exercise program, you want to talk to a doctor. Make sure you get yourself cleared and enjoy. Please listen to your body. Let me start with music. Stay focused on your breathing. You always want to make sure you're inhaling through your nose. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hold halfway. Keeping your core and your hips forward. You're going to slightly rotate, taking those shoulders to one side. For me, I'm rotating to the left. And I'm coming back center. And I'm rotating to the right. Stretching my core, stretching my obliques. Then we come back center. I'm going to take one arm across the front of the body, stretch that shoulder. And I'm going to switch sides, stretching the other shoulder. Take my arms to the side, inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth. Step out wide, tilt, lean forward, straight legs so you can feel the stretch all along the back of your legs. Reaching out, you should feel the stretch in your arms. We're shifting our weight to one side and feel that stretch on the inside of that straight leg. When we switch sides, again feeling that stretch on the inside of that straight leg. Come center, lift my core, and lean in with one shoulder, stretching my lumbar. Come back center, lift my core, lean in with the other shoulder, stretching my lumbar again. Come back center, cat back, cow back, or U and C. Do that one more time. Drop your head and roll up. Inhale, exhale. Take your time, find your way to the floor. Walk your hands out. You want to check your alignment. You want to make sure your hips are not stacked over your knees. If they are, you want to come out some. Make sure you have a straight line from the shoulder to the hands. And of course, we have push-ups. You can be on your knees or you can be on your toes. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep it going. Keep going. Last time. Back to your knees. Sit back. We're going to come out to our stomach. We're going to add some glute work by lifting and lowering the bottom part of your leg, the lower leg. And we're going to take the arms straight out in front of us, lift and lower simultaneously. In 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. And tie. Hands by your chest. Push up. Sit back. You're going to come out into that push-up position. You can be on your knees, on your toes. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's start. And tie. Sit back. Come out. Gonna lay flat on the floor. Similar exercise. Instead of the arms being straight out, we're gonna open up into a cactus and then extend back out. Lift and lower the legs to incorporate the glutes. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and start. And tie. Now, hold those arms straight out. Going back to the first exercise. In 3, 2, 1, start. And tie. Hands by your chest. Push up. Sit back. Come back out. We're going back to our last set, but push-ups. Here we go. Again, on your knees or your toes, it's up to you. And 3, 2, 1, start. One more. Okay. Lay out. We're going to incorporate a little stretch. So I'm going to take my right arm. If you're a mirrored image of me, it might be your left. But my right arm is straight. Let's see. My right arm is straight. Left hand is by my side. Then I'm going to come center and switch. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to lift and lower my legs. It looks like this. In 3, 2, 1. Legs up and down. Switch sides. Legs up, rotate, center, and down. Legs up, rotate, center, and join me. Up and down. And down. And down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold those legs up. Now lower them. Hold those legs up. And lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. And down. Take your hands, put them by your head. Now I'm going to take my left foot up towards my glutes. My left hand, I'm going to reach for those shoelaces. And I'm going to take that foot and bring it closer to my glutes. Stretching my quads. I'm going to release. Take my left foot, my right foot up towards my glutes.
Playing from Galaxy
Right hand
S7.
to my right foot. Now I'm going to take that right foot closer to my glutes. Stretching my quad on my right. Then release. Hands by my chest. Push the floor away. Sit up. Sit back. When you come out, feel free to get water if you want water. In fact, go in and get water, I'll do the same. Okay. All right, next exercise. On the way back, hands behind my head, my feet flat on the floor, tailbone tucked, elbows east and west, and I'm looking forward. I have crunches, just traditional crunches, lift and lower. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. Lift. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep the space between the chin and the chest. Really squeeze that core. You probably feel it a lot in the midsection. Exhale, inhale. Exhale up. Exhale up. Hold up. Now take your knees. Lift those heels off the floor. Stack the knees over the hips. Same exercise. Elbows east and west. Hands resting in the head. And 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Lift. 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 Keep it going. And time. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my hands behind my head resting in the palms of my hands. I'm going to take my legs straight up. We have leg elevations in 4 strokes. One leg moves at a time. Make sure I have enough space. Okay. Starting with the legs in the upright position. I'm going to go one leg at a time. Starting with my right. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lower, lower. Lift, lift. Lower, lower. Last time. Bend the knees. Take the feet flat to the floor. Hands behind the head. Elbows east and west. Going back to those crunches. And 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Going. You can go at your own pace. Just watch it form. Okay, now let's bring those heels off the floor, making sure those knees are stacked over the hips. What this does, it incorporates more of the lower core because you're taking the lower part of your body up and out, away from the center of the body. So we're going to lift and lower. And 3, 2, 1, let's start. And time. Bring those feet flat on the floor. Make sure you press your lower back to the floor. Tuck my hands back behind my head, elbows east and west. Remember, the hands do not pull the head. It's there to support the head. Legs straight up. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, lower. And lift. One more. Bend the knees. Feet flat on the floor. We have crunches. In 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Going. Exhale, we come up. And time. Bring those heels off the floor. Knees over top of the hips. Incorporating some of the lower core with the midsection. And 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Now make sure your lower back is pressed into the floor. And if you feel like it's not, you can take your knees towards the chest, lifting the hips off the floor, and slowly lower the back. Now you should feel the back flat on the floor. Now make sure those knees are over the hips, lower legs parallel to the floor, lift and lower. And time. Feet flat on the floor. Legs straight up. Hands behind the head. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. One more. Bend the knees, feet flat on the floor. Okay, let's come to my side. We're going to do here. I'm laying on my right side. I'm taking my right arm and I'm going to stretch it out on the floor, making sure from my hand to my shoulder is a straight line. Then I'm going to make sure that from my shoulder to my hip is a straight line. My knees are bent, knees are slightly in front of me. Press the hand on the floor, opposite hand up behind the head. Make sure the outer hip is pointing towards the ceiling. The hand behind your head. We're going to lift and lower, focusing on our obliques. I'm sorry if I didn't count. 3, 2, 1, and start. Really squeeze those obliques. Now from here, if you want, you can lift the legs. And time. I'm going to come up. You can be on your elbow if you like. I'm going to take my legs out straight. I'm going to take my front foot, place that toe on the floor. You don't have to. And I'm going to lift my hips up. And I have hip dips where I'm going to lower and lift. And 3, 2, 1. And start. Lower, lift. Now keep it going. Another option is straight hand, straight arm. And time. Speaking of time, let me check it. Okay, good. So let's come to the other side. Again, I'm on my left. So from my left hand all the way to my left shoulder, forming a straight line. From my right shoulder down along to my hip, another straight line. Knees bent slightly forward. Hand behind my head, and I got side crunches. And 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Working the obliques. So you want to like try to make this space between here and here smaller. There we go. And if you want, you can bring those feet up. And time. So from here, coming on my forearm, I'm going to take my legs out straight. If you want, that leg that's closest to the floor, you can have the knee on the floor if you like. Or if you want, both legs are straight, forearm, and we're going to lower our hips and lift. And 3, 2, 1. Lower and lift. Now keep going. Going to another option, straight arm, lower and lift. And time. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to start working on my quads and my glutes a little more. I'm going to take one leg straight up, like I'm trying to step on the ceiling. The other leg and foot is flat on the floor. Hands are flat on the floor. And I'm going to just lift and lower my hips. In 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. So I'm squeezing my glutes to come up and then lower. Squeeze the glutes. You probably feel it more. And the leg where the foot is flat on the floor. And let's switch. So I'm putting my left leg up. You might feel this more in your glutes on the right side if your left leg is up. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Last one. Now let's add some quad work. We're going to lift and lower 2 times. Then we're going to sit up and reach for the ankle. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Lift 2 times. 1, 2. Now sit up. Keep that leg straight. Use your quads. Lift. Reach for that ankle and lower, but don't return to the floor. Now bring it back up. Raise the hips 2 times. Squeeze in the glutes. Sit up. Use the quads to lift that leg and reach for the ankle. Lift 2 times. Working the glutes. Sit up. Work that leg. One more. Sit up. Reach. Now let's switch sides. So for me, I'm going to my left leg straight up. And 3, 2, 1. Lift 2 times. Sit up. And reach. 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 Give me another one. 2 times. Sit up and reach. And time. Take feet flat on the floor. Sit up nicely, nice and straight. Arms east and west. And I'm going to keep my core forward. I'm going to add a rotation. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep my core forward, and I'm going to add a rotation to my upper core. I'm going to keep my lower core stable. Add a rotation to my upper core. Sorry about that. Arms east and west. So with my hips forward, lower core forward. I'm going to take my upper core, rotate, and reach behind me. So notice the lower stomach is forward, the upper stomach is rotated. Working the obliques. Straight arms. Rotate the upper core. Straight arms. Rotate. Straight arms. Lower core and hips are still forward. The upper core and the mid core is rotating. Back center, sit up some. I'm going to turn my legs around, come up to my knees. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to come up with my quadrupeds. Okay, so now I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to extend it back and then bring the knee into the chest without shifting my weight from one side to the other. The leg goes straight back, and then it comes in. Back, in, back, in. Last time, in. And I'm going to bring it straight forward. I'm going to step out a little more. I'm going to shift my weight forward. I stepped out a little more because I want to make sure when I shift forward, my front knee doesn't go past my toe. I'm stretching the quad on the back leg. Then I'm going to sit back. That front leg is straight. Toe pointed towards the ceiling. Stretching the calf muscle and hamstring. And I'm going to come back up. That foot is flat on the floor. Hands on the floor on the inside. Bring that foot back behind me. I'm switching to my left leg. Again, not shifting my weight, keeping my shoulders square with the floor. Extend back and bring it in. Back and in. One more time. And step through. And step out a little more. Come up, shift your weight forward. Stretch the quad on the back leg. Sit back. Front leg straight, toes up. Stretching the calf muscle. Foot flat on the floor. Hands on the inside. Take that foot behind me. Sit back. Arms straight out. Stretching your back. Come up on my quadrupeds. Take my toes into the floor. Hands by my chest. Push up off the floor. Up on my feet. Walk my hands back. And just hang. Come up slowly. Step out wide, a little more than hip width apart. Tilt at the waist. Reach out in front of you. The legs are straight, so you should feel a stretch all along the back of your legs. Reach out in front of you. And then come up slowly. Now step out just a little more. Reach again. And shift your weight to one side. I'm shifting my weight to the left. My right leg is straight. I'm stretching the inside of my right leg. Come back center. I'm shifting my weight to the right, stretching the inside of my left leg. Coming back center. Slight bend in the knee. Hands on the knee. Lift my core. And I'm going to lean in with my right shoulder, stretching the right side of my back, as well as that shoulder. I'm going to come back center, lift the core a little, lean in with my left shoulder, stretching the left side of my back. And come back center, cat back, cow back. Straight out again. Do that one more time. Drop your head, lift your hips, legs are straight. Drop your hands towards the floor. Inhale. Take your hands to your toes. Come up slowly. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Hands going to the ankles. Hands going to the knees. Up to the thighs. Head the last thing to come up. Step in. Rotate those shoulders back. And forward. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Take those hands behind your back. Clasp those fingers together. And squeeze. Open that chest. Release. Dive into the swimming pool. Open the back. Stretching that lumbar. Open up. Take the shoulders like you're trying to press them down to the floor. Your chin to your chest. Stretching the back of your neck. Take the palms of your hands. Push the floor down. Look up. Spread your fingers apart. Stretching the hands, stretching the front of your neck. Come to the center. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Bring one arm across the front of the body, stretching that shoulder. And when you're ready, let's switch. Okay. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Come up one more time and hold it up. Take my left hand, I'm going to take my left hand down the side of my body and I'm going to shift and lean to the left. Make sure you're not leaning forward or leaning back, but for me, straight over to the left. And come back center. Arms meet up top. And then take my left hand, trace the side of my body down towards my thigh, and I'm going to lean to the right. Making sure I'm not leaning forward or back, but just right over to the right. You come back center. Both hands meet up top. And bring the hands down to the side. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for taking time off for yourself. I hope you're having a great start to the new year. If not, it's never too late. Thank you for being you. Remember, no one can be you but